What was the goal of the Army mission?
Well, to beat the Japanese.
What was the land, climate, and culture like in the Philippines?
It was humid and wet, and I don't know, just it wasn't very comfortable. That was one good thing about that, being down there in the South Pacific. You could go out and take a shower right on the deck sometime. It rained so hard. You had to wear your damn long fatigues and everything all the time.
You have heat stroke?
Otherwise, the mosquitoes and stuff to eat you up. See snakes. I stayed away from them though. I think they call it halazone tablets. You had to carry a pack of them with you. So if you was out and you needed water and you was going by a stream or something, then you fill your canteen up, put one of them in there, and let it sit for a while.
And then it killed.
Then you could drink.
Did you meet many of the local people?
Not too many. Because we never got in the towns or anything. We were always out in the jungle and stuff.
You had brothers in the Army at the same time.
Yes.
Did you see them when you were in the Pacific?
I saw my one brother, one Leyte, and the other brother was in Europe. Yeah, we were on Leyte and just getting ready to go on to Luzon. Then this one morning, I heard that the 32nd was moving out. So I asked the captain if I could, any chance I could go up the road and see if I could find him. So he's sure. So he got his Jeep and the Jeep driver, and we got in there and headed up the road. So here these guys were sitting along the road taking a break, and I says, is this so-and-so artillery outfit? They said, yes. I says, is Paul Grudenfelder? Yeah, he's back out of the ways, sitting down taking a break. So we went up there.
Nice.
He says, it's a good thing you looked me up, because I never would have known him. Well, at night before you went to bed, you had to dig a triangle thing, like sit. Then there's a big foxhole up front. Then two of you slept, and one stayed on guard. And then when his turn was up, he'd wake one of you up, and you'd be guard. And that's the way you stayed out there like that from dark till daylight.
What did you eat?
Rations mostly, sea rations and 10 and 1. They'd have a box. It was supposed to feed 10 people for one day. Otherwise, they give you the cans of sea rations, and you'd eat them cold. That's the reason why I went from 155 down to 122. Was that damn hepatitis?
Yeah.
And then if you didn't take your Adabrin, you had a good chance of getting malaria. And they'd always send these little negritos out. They wanted to go on patrol. So they'd send them out in the daytime. And of course, a lot of times Americans would go on patrol too, what they called combat patrols. And of course, the Japanese, finally one day they had this, I don't know whether he gave himself up or whether they captured him, but he was sitting there and he could speak English. He was educated in San Francisco and stuff. And he said, you know, we could have killed a lot of you guys if we'd have wanted to. He said, but we knew if we'd have done anything, there'd have been just 4 times that more of you the next day out there after it.
What are you most proud of from being in the war?
Pardon? I got the Purple Heart and 2 or 3 other ribbons with brown stars on them. Well, I was in my trench, and then I had my helmet and my rifle and stuff down by my feet. And that grenade just luckily happened to roll in the helmet. Somebody hollered, you better get some help over here. We got some people over here that's hurt. So the old captain, he got on the ball. He called for that one special Jeep they had where they could put you on a stretcher, hang you on it, and then take you back to this supposedly be a field hospital. It was just a tent. Sometime during the daytime, then they took us down where they could load us on that little airplane and fly us into the hospital. And when you got back to that hospital, it really wasn't a hospital. It was just like a big high school auditorium, and they just had beds lined up like. And these nurses would come around with their little carts bigger than this, with all their supplies on, and go around and change bandages and everything. What about there was no private thing at all. I think I was about 6 weeks.
They make you write letters home to people?
Yeah, you're supposed to your folks anyway.
So do you do that?
I wrote once in a while.
Did they ever write back?
I used to get letters from Martha, and but the folks never did write them.
No.
Radio, like I say, we were waiting to go packing our stuff and getting ready to go to Japan. And we had that radio out in the company street. And you just walked up and listened to news if you wanted to or what. So as soon as they found out they signed the treaty and everything else, well, then, like I said, we were down in Baton.
So then I still
we
had
had
2
to
weeks before.
Get our stuff all cleared out of there. And then we went into that big tent city near Manila, and we were there from that was August till October.